Yeah, I feel like he needs to do a smaller map next map.
This is balanced.
Hope you guys know we only have like 10 infantry.
Yeah, we're all
Actually, how many? We have
That's why we're gonna smash the wall down and then
Too far out.
12. It's already 12.
Is it bad that I feel like we're doing Operation Overlord now?
Nah, essentially smash the wall down and then a lot of us are actually gonna switch to infantry.
So like the infantry people switch back then.
Use the middle reticle for cannons if you don't know.
Yeah, just use second notch.
A
Always
gradient
second
of
notch.
0.
Always second notch.
Yeah, okay.
No, we gotta get down there or we're gonna not win.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, with the give it a week or two into the school year, when people aren't out all the time, number will probably bunch up a little bit.
I was gone back now.
No, it hasn't yet.
10 years ago.
School hasn't started yet, it's already dead.
Oh, school started already for me.
Mm. Just wish we moved to a different game modes.
I've been school for like 3 weeks already.
Scott's in a weekend.
Why don't we just
-2 and 8.
About what?
Guys, 35 seconds, let's gun the flag. 7 of them alive. Gun the flag, guys, and don't die.
Oh yeah,
sure.
those teachers are getting screwed.
Wait, hold on. Guys, 4 alive, kill flag. 4 of them alive.
Melee.
My game just crashed.
Can we launch it, mate?
I was on the flag.
Guys, kill flag. Oh my god.
Oh,
Come on, pile on.
I'm coming in.
Guys, my game just crashed.
But then we launch it then.
Oh, yeah. I'm coming in.
Hurry!
Back the flag!
I'm in.
Sorry.
I'm coming.
Raj was Prussian MVP.
What?
You were killing our guys on the flag.
Yeah, I got.
It's mini siege. This is just mini siege.
I just want to have fun at this point.
What's going on from Great Rancid getting?
Yeah.
I
Oh.
refuse.
Me and Ryan think that was gonna be big. That too.
Everything wise. Yeah, I know.
Oh no, I'm not doing Spanish.
I think it's what happened.
We have 19 people, guys.
Honestly, there's no one on the gift house. I'll just recommend defending the flag.
Loading camera straight.
Wow. Fuck me. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the teachers are protesting, you said? Over the kids not being vaccinated. still an epidemic in 27 countries.
Yeah, it's.
That's ridiculous. Why?
I know.
Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sudan, Somalia, Tajikistan,
Mostly in places where healthcare
Philippines,
is
which
accessible.
is actually relatively built up. But
So here's the thing with COVID, okay? It's essentially the way it's just burn out quickly. It doesn't post.
that's, again, what they say, but we've literally never eradicated any disease that we've ever discovered, except for smallpox.
It doesn't need to be eradicated in the whole world. It just needs to be eradicated in our country.
They brought a cannon up here. Shoot that cannon
Did you
here.
realize
Come back.
you can eradicate something in America
Everybody get
on
behind
a Monday
defenses now,
and have
cannon
it back
incoming.
by a Friday?
Canister shell
Yeah,
incoming.
because
Watch out.
people just don't take it.
That's true.
Well, to eradicate it in one country, you'd have to turn every country into North Korea.
No.
What's to
We
stop
had it
somebody
eradicated.
tomorrow coming in with
Flag.
it and then transmitting it to
Now,
somebody else?
see, here's the thing. Okay? If my entire country is vaccinated,
Flag.
and some dirty colonial comes over here and tries to spread it, it won't matter because we're all vaccinated. So it won't spread even if it does spread, it won't spread.
But you just said it runs out in a couple of months.
Yeah.
They would have to keep getting vaccinated.
For the next, I don't know, hopefully 60 years that I live, I have to go every. We utterly fail at eradicating everything,
You know
except
why
for
we
one
fail?
disease somehow.
Guys,
somehow
go on the left, on the flank them. Guys, jump on the left.
how we beat smallpox.
People who literally reject the idea of like trying are like the reasons have it. Like people who go around and say, oh,
No, I'm not against trying. I'm just saying, having to go in every like 6 months, and then have to go in and then know, oh, I got to go back another, 2 months and get this shot 4 times a year.
I would,
It just
I would
seems a bit
seriously-
ridiculous for something that has like a 1% death rate.
Gonna go.
Alright. I would
Yeah, that
seriously,
understands the entire Alpha and stuff.
I would seriously
Right.
appreciate it if selfish people would think more about other people and not themselves. And
I think what's going to cause more of an issue is the fact that in America we're laying off over 20% of healthcare workers because
Why?
they don't have a choice over if they want to get a vaccine or not.
if you're a healthcare worker and you don't get vaccinated, you should fucking die.
No.
Yes, sure.
Well, that's going to cause more deaths on an already overburdened
Oh,
healthcare
God.
system by
Honestly.
laying off 20% of the staff.
If 20% of fucking nurses are anti-vaxxers, they should be thrown to the lions.
Huh?
If you
It
want,
literally is
you-
proven in America. 20% of
The
EMS
whole
and
point of
medical
being an
staff are.
anti-vaxxer. It's
I'm not
the vaccine, but if you're a nurse,
vaccines,
an
what I'm
anti-vaxxer,
saying
it
is
just doesn't
people
work.
should be allowed to have their own choice over what they have done to them.
there's a difference between
Obviously
personal
they do,
liberty and responsibility. Okay, you can't say people should have like personal responsibility if you then turn around and say, oh well, it's my personal responsibility to make everyone around me suffer.
How
Well,
is anyone
obviously
else
they-
As
suffering?
much as I hate Raj and most of his ideas, I agree with him on this. You need to
Yeah.
get the vaccine.
Literally, if you're a healthcare worker and if you have another anti-vax fucking person who comes in for something completely unrelated, if you have COVID, you now spread it to them. They might spread it to their grandparents and fucking die. Okay.
Okay. So the same can be for all the other diseases.
All right,
the same
bye,
can be
guys.
for pneumonia.
This is the way I was up.
You don't make people go get a pneumonia vaccine. You don't make people go get the flu vaccine.
Yeah, but all old people basically fucking get the flu vaccine if they're immunocompromised.
Hold on.
Why does this one specific disease matter more than all the others?
Because we've
Because
had
there is
lots.
If you're
Yeah.
going to
Sure.
mandate it for one, why not mandate it for all?
Because we have a shitload of deaths as a result
Guys,
of it.
no, not compared to flu. If Raj wants to discriminate against people who based on their medical history, sure. Then I'm going to start a business. I'm not going to hire any disabled people, any autistic, anyone with a wheelchair, and anyone whose blood type is.
Prevent-
Yeah,
We'll
no,
compare
don't
it.
care. No, don't care.
Hang on,
We're
you just
discriminating based on medical history.
No.
people inconveniencing others. Well, somebody in a wheelchair could inconvenience somebody
Because
not in a
here's the
wheelchair.
fucking
It's the same
difference.
logic.
No,
It's
but
a
you're
fucking
posing
stupid,
a
but
risk,
it's
You
the
can,
same logic.
you can take a vaccine, okay? You can prevent catching COVID by taking a vaccine. You can prevent.
All across the law rather than will.
Okay, but again, why don't we mandate
You
it
can't
for
prevent
every
people with
disease?
autism.
Why don't we mandate it for every disease?
I mean,
If we're gonna
having a
mandate for
vaccine-
one,
I'd get rid of GFT, I'd get rid of
What?
NHS. I'd fucking privatize, I'd do it, right? I'd get rid of it.
if something's privatized, do you still think the government should have control over it?
I don't think government needs to be legislated as much as it is.
What? Wait. Hang on. Stop that. You're saying
Guys,
it's
flat.
have control of it, right? Is that what you're saying? Right? Well,
No,
maybe-
but I'm saying if something's privatized, who should have control over a private entity?
private and public sector things should be kept separate. But otherwise, I mean, we
But
shouldn't
if
have
something's
privatized
private, should the government still have control over it?
Something's private. Broadly speaking, no. Like this.
But then why should they control what I put in my body if it's private?
So how come
Because
the government
the
is
sentence
mandating
personal.
all the private healthcare institutes in America to also comply with the same edict?
Because that's the law.
No, but it's a private entity.
Okay. You can
In which case they're allowed
can
to turn
impose-
people away.
impose legislation.
So would you also like be in favor to say anyone that goes to a grocery store has to have the vaccine?
Sure.
So your idea is if somebody leaves their house, they have to comply with a certain thing.
I
There
think
is no-
people have a I think people have a responsibility to the country they live in and the people that they inhabit the same country as.
They do, but I mean, at the same time, at what point do they have any free will?
They have as much free will as enshrined in whatever constitution.
Oh,
So our Constitution literally provides freedom of movement and freedom of travel without
Okay.
any restrictions or impediments.
Okay. So,
So,
they have by mandating a vaccine.
must comply and fire all of their workers that refuse to get a vaccine
It's impeding.
is impeding their right to work and travel, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
okay.
Which is literally the first line.
You're depriving. If you catch the virus and you give it to someone else, you're impeding the life liberty.
It's a,
That's not how it works.
it's a private entity, and
Okay.
this private entity has the right to refuse any service to anyone they want.
Yeah, I agree.
If someone is worried about
So
getting
if I
COVID,
don't want to go to this private hospital, I don't have to.
I think
Now the government-funded hospitals, if the government wants to say, you work for us, these are our rules, that's fine. But the private entities
Okay.
should have the right to handle things the way they want.
Sure.
It's privately
If it's
held,
prescribed,
privately funded, and it's based solely off of the people that choose to go there and give business.
Okay, let's
So
do
if I
this.
don't want to go to like Mercy Hospital, which is run by the Catholic Church, I can choose not to go there,
Okay,
and
so
then they don't get my business, and they get no government funding whatsoever.
it's capitalism. It's providing going to what you want.
Mercy Hospital is also run by the Catholic Church. Why should the government have control over religion? In which case, we also, our Constitution says the government has no control over a religion.
okay.
But in America right now, mandating that the
Entire
colleges
Afghanistan war zone.
All pubs on Russia.
Yeah,
Why was
rallying the pubs.
Why are we saying this?
Oh, sorry. So hard to fight it.
So what it says here is the only one that there's an actual article on was Yasir Ismail Hamad, and once they determined that he was a U.S. citizen, he was transferred back to a jail in Virginia.
Okay, but this on 99.
Yeah, but once they found out, they transferred them out of Guantanamo and brought them back and gave them the proper due process.
Okay. Still a
So,
code.
what?
still occurred.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you capture somebody in Afghanistan, you don't instantly know they're an American, and that's what we were doing, and we found out we brought them back.
Raj, so what I'm getting from your general gist here, you're saying government is all powerful, we should all fucking bow to it, and the state should tell us what we can and can't do.
No, I said the government is an institution. The government is an institution of the people, and your government is who you voted for. The US government was voted in with the majority of US citizens that cast it out.
You're straying off coronavirus a bit.
Okay, but so
Ryan, you just
if
asked
they're
me a fucking government question.
No. Come on.
if they're voted in, which they were, I'm not denying that. Do they get to just change the rules because it's a pandemic, or do they have to still follow the laws?
There are rules in place for quarantine and things like that.
Oh shit! Sorry, Rush. I didn't mean to actually kill you. I was
Ranthus
like,
bad.
do that.
I don't care about what's happening in the game. Don't worry. Go fucking. Train of thought. Do they get? Okay, so what I would say about that is, like, there's a lot of things that get changed when a crisis happens. You can do punishments retroactively if there was serious wrongdoing. But otherwise, it's more of an imperative that you deal with the crisis before anything legalistic happens.
Sorry.
Where is the flag anyway? That was another.
So you say if there's a crisis, they can disband any rule of law and make
Talking
their own.
specifically like a spouse of a serviceman.
But that again has no bearing on. Let's just say alright, fine. I have no one in the military. I have no military ranks. Do I still deserve the same treatment?
I mean, like, the reason why you would suspend that, if you're not actively looking to punish people who step outside their driveway because they're dog ramming.
No. But isn't that a bit drastic? That there's no freedom of speech. There's no private. You
typically don't have
media.
freedom of speech in a war anyway. That's not a thing.
You still do in America.
Mm,
It's literally our first right in the
Okay,
Bill
but
of Rights.
we're talking
The right to
like,
assembly, the right to a freedom of speech, and the right to free press.
we're talking like an apocalyptic war here. Okay, like end of the Union level war. Okay,
But
not-
at what point in time do rights and tyranny? What point in time do you take the stand against tyranny? Even during all of the world wars, we still had the right to assemble, we still had the right to free speech, and we still had the right to free press. It's never been suspended.
Yeah, but you've never faced like a cataclysmic war.
70 million people died in World War II. You want to say that's not cataclysmic?
Yeah, but they weren't 70 million of your people. The war happened constantly.
One counter argument which would support Raj, I disagree with him completely, is on the outbreak of war, lots of Japanese Americans were locked up and put into prison camps, even dual citizens and American citizens at the outbreak of the war.
Yeah.
This was done because it was of national importance to make sure that there were no. I mean, you had it in Hawaii where Japanese Americans were spying, right? Like, this was a thing.
So, you're just hang on.
I don't know how you can justify it.
I don't get how you're saying World
No.
War II is not cataclysmic, but sure.
World War II wasn't
No.
cataclysmic for you. There
Um,
weren't
Obviously.
I mean,
fucking Zeppelins and fucking
yeah,
junkers.
okay.
Yeah.
We literally were attacked on our home soil, but sure.
Yeah, you got.
We literally had.
one
We
naval base
no,
fucked.
we literally also had U.S. soil occupied by the Imperial Japanese Army and
In
Navy, but
A
okay,
small Pacific island.
doesn't more than that. We had the Philippines conquered. We had
Which
parts
was
of Alaska conquered.
The
We
Philippines was
had
never a US state.
bombing. We had bombings in the West Coast.
Excruciating lie.
Still happened.
There's 5
We've
melee
had-
kills.
We had
count
over
as a medal.
600,000 Americans wounded.
Okay,
We had over
okay.
You
400,000
nearly got
killed.
medal there.
Allow me to clarify. When you say
It's
because
10 for infantry.
you mentioned all example, not just defend the cannon.
Think it will shoot?
This was a howitzer that I've never seen one.
Oh, nice shot.
We're in a wide battle. Can't learn too much.
I just killed 10% of the enemy team in one shot.
Did you?
Really good. You think I'm gonna do this for you? You think I'm gonna do this for you? Come.
Yes.
They're all piling up there. Go glitch them and then
Shut up, Ethan. Play the columns and fucks off. Goblin.
Good Woodlands, French.
Yeah, they're fucking goblin, bro. Imagine being a goblin. Imagine being a goblin.
Goblin.
Yeah.
Imagine being French.
Did someone go,
So, Raj,
Yeah?
I looked it up. The U.S. has only ever suspended any portion of the Constitution 4 times.
Okay.
When?
That's
Uh,
full suspension.
No, hang on. It was done only in the states that seceded during the Civil War.
Okay.
It was done in the Philippines during their revolution.
Okay.
It was done in 11 South Carolina counties during the Civil War when the Ku Klux Klan was fighting against the troops. And in the Philippines, it was done in the 2 provinces, and then it was done in Hawaii for the immediate preceding days after the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
So in this hypothetical,
And the
safe.
only portion of the Constitution that was suspended was the writ of habeas corpus, which is the right to a fair trial.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I never said I was opposed to every fucking article.
No. But what I'm saying is, everything else, even when we were invaded and our White House was burnt down, we still didn't suspend any portion of the Constitution.
Yeah, but it didn't need it to be suspended like 1812.
I mean, the seat of our government was in flames.
Yeah.
What more cataclysmic
Okay, yeah,
event
but-
do you need outside of a nuclear?
Because the country was in no actual serious peril in 1812.
Our capital was taken.
It was just set afire.
If London tomorrow was in flames,
I
and-
thought
it'd be a good fucking improvement.
Go for fucking being.
no, but
Is it burning down the House of Parliament?
let's just say America came tomorrow and conquered London and said, we own it now.
I would go for a beer.
All right. Good for you. But yeah, what I'm getting at is we don't suspend it for
You know
anything.
You know what I'd do if London got taken by a foreign power? I go on YouTube and I find crapbrave.mp3.
And also, they did allow the Gitmo detainees to file for a fair trial. So technically, their right was not suspended.
Guys, I'm not even going to shoot the people on it with that.
The round's not even dinner.
It's a minute long. Come on. You're 45 seconds long, George.
Guys,
I
the
did-
people,
What?
the people on the left have cannibal tracer.
What?
They're probably rich people, good at melee. They're probably good at melee. Oh, shoot him. They're shooting us.
Oh,
Message.
oh man,
It's loud, apparently.
let's shoot the cannons and kill them all. It would just be like that.
Pick up infantry muskets and over one. Fine.
Quite nice round.
How does he still have that limiter on?
Make it a musket.
Me?
Yeah, Raj. At the end of the day, though, like, I'm not against the vaccine. Like, I got it myself. I was actually in the first wave.
Yeah.
I'm just against the government telling people they have to. I'm against the government taking
Okay,
over
but
control.
the problem I have is a lot of Americans see government as like this evil, corrupted institution.
Oh, because it is.
It should-
Yes,
that
yes.
shouldn't
Our
be.
government is extremely corrupt.
Raj, you were legit telling me about a fucking congressman getting a vote for 5,000 the other day. It's fucking corrupt. Was it your drip?
It's not
Oh,
really
sure.
I don't know, stuff.
Government's government. It's a very fat bureaucracy that gets nothing done.
But
Winner
why?
die. Winner die. Oh, yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Because our government's polarized and all they care about is abusing the people that have enough money to actually do anything.
Yeah. That's true.
It's just a self-blocking state, right?
Do you know that? Do you know in a local sheriff election, literally just a county chief law enforcement officer, they dumped over $4 million in a county of 252,000 people.
What? Oh, really?
And it was out of staters. It wasn't even like the majority of that money came from people out of state
Oh, this is
because they
awful.
were trying to influence and get somebody that was in office that was willing to ban guns or
Wow.
promote the ban of guns, and not even the true ban of guns, just to promote removing constitutional carry.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? This is possibly the
And do you,
greatest
hang on,
example.
do you know the guy who won? Do you know how much he put into his campaign?
Go on.
$5,000.
Right. Well, when you have
So,
Yep.
um,
Do you know for
That's
a
it.
U.S. senatorial election, when it was Susan Collins versus somebody
nice
that
shot, Ryan.
literally they paid for her to move to Maine and live
Made
here
that.
for 4 years so she'd meet the
Paid.
requirement. She came from New York. They paid for her entire move and dumped
Paid.
$20+ million into Sarah Gideon's campaign. And she still got destroyed because they needed somebody that they thought could beat the current seated Republican.
God's fun center they're charging us.
Ryan, tell me if I need to load canister. Just tell me.
American government's all about money and hemorrhaging funds.
that's why, like, I think
It does very little for the people.
if there's one takeaway from like Bernie Sanders' proposal, it's campaign finance reform. Like,
I
don't-
really think there needs to be term
Ryan, should I
limits.
load canister next?
Yeah.
You know, that's
Right.
one of the worst things.
We've got around in
The
here
fact
to
that
shoot
like
this
Joe
off.
Biden has 40 years in American politics is just insane.
What has he done?
Oh, I mean he's done shit, but you know
He was
there's
a senator
others
for a
too.
long time.
Look at the turkey that is Mitch McConnell. You know how many years? I don't even know. You know, half these people, you know, started their political careers
Boom,
before I
we've
was
got canister.
born, and I'm 31.
Guys, there's gun on the left. There's gun on the left.
Like in the UK, we have very like rigorous like campaign finance spending laws.
Guys, there's a gun on the left.
In the UK, isn't there a limit on how much you can finance your campaigns?
Yep, there are.
Robbie, and can you keep and Ranthus, can you keep an eye on the guy behind me, please?
Oh yeah.
I'm just
There's a
putting
gun.
in canisters.
I'll go see if I can't take it out.
Problem. If you spend £5 over the limit, you'll get sledgehammered.
Yeah, no.
Ranthus, don't charge him. Don't charge him. Be better than you guys.
I don't want to step aside. Nice work. Oh, that was a good shot. See how the canister does. Oh, that was in there.
Let's get over there.
Ranthus, mic spam.
It's just
Oh,
doesn't matter. The one's over.
give me musket.
Ryan saying